I genuinely cannot believe we are in March. March. I can't believe it. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be doing a reading wrap up for the first 2 months of this year because I did not upload a single video in February. I am very sorry. February just was not my month, okay? It was not my month. It weren't really my month reading wise, and it just was not my month reality wise, okay? So know that January was a good month. February was it was okay. It weren't bad reading wise, but it wasn't great. With that being said, let's start off with my January reads. In January, I started off the year with a bang and I started the ACOTAR series. So I read the first book, obviously, A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm not gonna lie, I really struggle to say this title, but I rated this one 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was a good intro into the series. I could see the potential. I was hooked, but it wasn't amazing, if that makes sense. Now looking back from after reading the second book, I love this book more, but I think when it stands on its own, it is a solid 4.5 star for me. So we're gonna leave it at that. But I feel like once I finish this series will be a 6-star series. Let's just go on to the next book. The next book I read was A Court of Mist and Fury. This book changed my brain chemistry, I feel. Okay, this book was so good. This book was so good. Guys, I rated it 5 stars. Can you tell? I can't express what this book made me feel. I love this book so much. Okay, I love this book so incredibly much. It was amazing. Once we got to certain bits and things were revealed, I was like, oh my gosh. You know, I was a little bit worried going into this one. I was like, is it overhyped? Am I gonna rate it 5 stars? Like, I really want to love it. And I loved it more than I thought I would. I really did. Wow. Like, I don't want to say anything in case you haven't read this series because I wouldn't want to get spoiled. So I don't want to spoil it for anyone else. So I'm just going to leave it at the fact that this book was amazing. I love it so much. And I also quickly want to say, watching Feyre coming to herself in this book, oh, amazing. I loved it. As you can obviously tell, 5 stars. So we started off the year with 2 great books, one of them being a 5-star. So in January I was like, oh my gosh, this is great, right? I was reading really slowly because I'm not gonna lie, when I read fantasy, it takes me ages to read it, okay? Contemporary, oh, done. I can read them like nothing, okay? It takes me a day or 2 and I'm done, right? Sometimes not, but for the most part. Fantasy, it takes me a week for about each book. And so I stopped with the ACOTAR series because I had an arc, which you'll see in February's wrap up. But while I was reading them, sometimes I needed something to read at night that wasn't fantasy because I don't want to take all that information in as I'm closing my eyes. Do you know what I mean? So instead I picked up 2 books that were novellas for this like Valentine's Day novella series that these authors made. It was a bunch of authors that made this series. I really just did not do well explaining that. So the first one I read was Time Will Tell by Hannah Bonham Young. I thought going into this, Hannah Bonham Young, I'm gonna absolutely love it. It was okay. I rated it 3.75 stars. It wasn't bad. I did enjoy it. I had fun. It was cute, right? However, I didn't love it, but we also got to remember this is a very short novella and it was just a fun time and it's high for a novella, do you know what I mean? So I did enjoy it, but I was expecting more because of the author, because I love this author's work. I need to stop doing that because I will just get disappointed, do you know what I mean? So if you want a short cute time, definitely read this. Like, it was good. It was good. And then the second one I read was Death to Valentine's Day by Catherine Cowles. This was my first Catherine Cowles book and I absolutely loved it. I rated it 4 stars. Again, it's a novella that was really short, so it didn't need to be anything more than 4 stars, but it was so much fun and I loved the suspense aspect to it. I thought that was really fun and I didn't guess right when reading this, which I loved. So I will definitely be reading more by Catherine Cowles because I really enjoyed this. I actually want to get the Sparrow Falls, is it? I could be really wrong. This series for my birthday. I think my mum might get it for me, so there's that. But I really want to read more by her. I have been wanting to read her for ages and this has solidified the fact that I will be definitely reading more. And that was January. Only 4 books, but again I think that month was really good. I was so happy with that month. And now we go into February. I started off the month with an ARC, and that is Darling Daffodil's Farm by Brittany Nicole. I was sent this by Evermore for a review, and when I tell you guys, I absolutely loved this book. I rated it 4.75 stars. I think I read this at the perfect time because I was starting to want that small town feeling, and this book just delivered. Oh my gosh, was it good. I absolutely loved it. I think if you are someone that loves small town and just loves that vibe of like everyone is friends with everyone, there may be 1 or 2 like dislikes or more like tension in the town, and like everyone can go around and there's like a small town group chat. Oh guys, yes. So on the back it has tropes, and I'll just like quickly read them out to you. Grumpy sunshine, rivals to lovers, found family, workplace romance, forced proximity, slow burn, and it is a spicy romance. Yes. I also absolutely love when the main character is a baker. Like I love it. I don't know why, but I really do. It's a micro trope that I absolutely love. And then we've got like the moody, like grumpy cowboy. He's not really a cowboy in this book, but oh yeah. Then afterwards I was like, I'm not ready to go back to the ACOTAR series yet. Like I'm not mentally there to take in fantasy, so I just need something different. I was like, okay, what do I want? What do I want? I realised that I was in the romance mood. So I picked up Hidden Scars by Andy Jackson, and to say I had a fun time would be an understatement. I read this book in 2 days. I absolutely loved it. I listened to the audiobook and also read it on my phone. What a fun time. The audiobook was really good in my opinion. I rated this one 4.35 stars because there were some things that like didn't annoy me but I just didn't love. At the same time I just had such a good time with it. For me, I think it was more of the angst and then seeing that hard exterior of one of our MMCs kind of resolve specifically for him. And then there was a scene where he went to his boyfriend's family's house and just seeing him feel loved in that environment was so cute. It actually, the way I reread that scene like 3 times before I moved on. Anyways, if you've been thinking about reading this one and you're a romance lover and haven't yet, please do. It's so good. However, I went into the second book so excited because it's 2 characters we see in the first book and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. It weren't bad. It weren't bad. I still enjoyed it, but to say I was disappointed, yeah, no, I was a little bit disappointed because I thought there was going to be some tension, I thought there was going to be some angst, I thought there was going to be some yearning. That really just was not the case, and maybe that's my fault for expecting something. But yeah, I rated it, what did I rate it? I rated it 3.75 stars. So that's not the worst rating from me, but it's also not the best because I am usually a high rater, so I don't know. It weren't bad, but it weren't great. Because I think it's more of my expectations let me down, and that feeling of feeling so let down from that book. I was like, I just can't rate you any more than a 4. Like, any more than 3.75. So 3.75 is that rating. I wouldn't deter anyone from reading it. I was just disappointed. I would maybe reread it. I don't know, actually. I would definitely reread the first book. It's just, would I reread the second book? probably not. And from being so disappointed from that book, I did not read the third book. I feel like this is sounding like I really didn't like the book. I did enjoy it. I was just so disappointed, and so yeah, I don't know, I feel really bad. Okay, and then I was like, alright, I'm in the mood for a reread. Again, was not in the mood to pick up a fantasy. My brain just could not take it. So I reread Taken by a Sinner. I honestly flew through this one, and even though it was a reread, it was like reading it for the first time again because I had completely forgot everything about this book, and I enjoyed it. Like, it was fun. So the rating stayed 4 stars. After reading Taken by a Sinner, I realised I'm not done being in my MM romance mood. Like, I want to go back and read another MM romance. So I picked up one that was on my physical TBR, and that is Don't You Dare by C.E. Ritchie. And disappointment. Oh guys, I don't know what it was. Please understand, I rated this 4 stars, okay? So it wasn't as much as a disappointment as Blurred Lines was, but I was still disappointed because everyone hypes up this author so much. I thought I was gonna get like angst, yearning, push and pull. Like, I really thought I was gonna get all of that, and that just really was not the case with this book. I rated it 4 stars, as I said, so I really did enjoy it for what it was. I just wish I didn't go into this book with expectations because it really let that down for me. And the amount of spice that was in this book, like, I get why, like, I get it, but at the same time I feel like there was no emotional development in this book whatsoever, and that is something I love for and I yearn for. Like, give me emotional depth, give me development, give me character growth. Like, don't just give me spice. I've realised I'm just starting to go off of spice. Like, I don't care if you're just continuously getting it on. Give me some growth and then maybe I will enjoy it, but right now I'm not getting what I need. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm just yapping. I really hope you understand what I mean. And please don't let this review deter you from reading this book, because if you go in with just normal expectations, I think you would like this. I really loved the best friend aspect to it, and like the actual dare aspect. I thought that was really fun. I'm really excited to read the second book in this series though, because we see a character in this book and we don't like them. But I'm excited to see their character growth because, as I said, I am a character growth lover. I'm really hoping we get some in that book. But again, I would definitely reread this if I was in the mood to. But I was just, the spice kind of, the amount of spice and not enough character growth or emotional depth really kind of is what took the rating down for me. I will definitely be reading more by this author, as I said. But yeah, I feel like that was really negative when it's a 4-star read. I did enjoy it. Was I being too negative? I don't want that to be so negative because there was so much that I really enjoyed. Like, I loved the baseball aspect. I feel like I've gotten into baseball in romance books because the next read as well is also a baseball romance. I've really started to enjoy that. I also loved their bond as like best friends. I thought that was really sweet. So yes, there was things that I did really like about this book. Please, I feel like I was just being really negative. And the last book I read was The Hot Shot by Piper Rain. You guys, oh wow, I had such a fun time with this book. I rated it 4.5 stars. I listened to the audiobook for this one, and when I tell you, the audiobook was so good because she has dual narration with the 2 main characters, but you also have the rest of the cast has their own narrator as well, which I thought was so cool. It's like if you have like a main side character, if that makes sense, they get their own narrator, which I thought was so cool. Like, tell me that's not cool. I feel like we need to be doing that more, even though I do know that audiobooks cost a lot to produce, so I'm not like saying we absolutely need it, but if authors could do that more, I would be really appreciative because I loved it. I thought it made the audiobook experience so much more fun and believable and enjoyable. So I feel like that kind of upped the rating for me because the audiobook was so much fun, but then also the chemistry between our two main characters was also very believable, and the situation our FMC was going through, I really felt for her. And if there's one thing about me, I love like a guardian romance or a single parent pregnancy. Like, give me that. I love it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that I really want to be a mum one day. I don't know, but I absolutely love it. And I really did enjoy it in this book as well. She has to take on 3 of her cousins' kids, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And he comes in and he helps her whenever he can. It is a best friend's brother romance. I've also realised I'm really enjoying that at the moment, so there's that. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this one. If you haven't, I would definitely read it. The second book just got announced. It will be releasing in April the 2nd, I think. So I'm very excited for that. I cannot wait to listen to the audiobook for that one. And yeah, those were the books I read in January and February. I know I need to get reading when it comes to A Court of Wings and Ruin. Don't you worry, I know I am now 4 chapters in. So we're getting somewhere. I finally feel like myself again a little bit. I don't know what was going on in February, I'm not gonna lie. But we're here. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate if you was to like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.